Hi there, Clinton here from EmpowerFit. Welcome to the first in a three-part series where we discuss really the technique points around running. Running so that you can run faster, for longer and injury-free. Alright, so the first video here we're going to explore some key elements around being able to run injury-free. Alright, so whenever anyone says, I want to run my first, I want to be able to run or run a 5K or even a marathon, the mechanics of correct running still apply, and they're the same universally across the board. So what we do is the first point is to just get a video analysis of your actual running mechanics. And so here's someone that came in recently, and so when we first start off, what we look at in slow motion is the contact point of when they reach the ground on their stride. So in this instance here, let's freeze the frame right about there. That's when our contact point is, and let's blow the frame up so we can see what's going on here. Alright, so this is the contact point, so you'll agree that what we're looking at is a heel strike. Alright, so a heel strike, but the key point of this heel strike is that if I drew a line up from that heel strike, where her foot is contacting the ground, you'll notice, and even though that line is not vertical and it's leaning a little bit back towards her, I'd say, the key point here is that this contact point is well in front of her line of gravity. So let's go back a frame, boom, 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 there we go. Right, so what that means is for someone that's got a contact point in front of the line of gravity, so her center of gravity is running somewhere around, that's not quite accurate, but it's probably a smidge too far back. But ideally, we want that green line being closer, much, much closer to the yellow line, because what's happening is that every time she lands down, she takes this big swapping step out, boom. Alright, so what we're getting is we're getting all this force happening through her ankle. We're getting it through her knee, and we're getting it through her hip into the lower back. Alright, so the starting point, when someone wants to be able to run, or you've got a run in mind, what you need to do is you need to work on having your contact point underneath you, more towards this yellow line, rather than landing out in front. Right, so a classic sign we see is a big, big, big heel strike out in front. We don't support running on the toes. What we support is a midfoot strike underneath. And there's a whole host of things, and I'll share some little training tips and drills in the coming weeks that you can use to start to develop this. But for beginners, video yourself, have a look at it, and just pay attention to where your heel or where your foot is landing relative to your body. And like I say, we need to get that foot underneath.